Yep.
It didn't go through. So I texted try again. But just as I texted try again and hit the power button, you must have called again and it went through. But because I hit the power button on my phone, it hung up the call.
I wonder why that one
So then
went so quickly.
every other try after that was the same thing. It would my Mac wouldn't pick it up. A Mac wouldn't pick it up. A Mac wouldn't pick it up until now.
Okay.
So whatever, we got it running now. How you doing?
Good. How you doing, huh?
I'm doing okay. I think I might be coming down with something.
Sounds like you are.
My brother.
From your brother again?
Yeah.
Y'all gotta stop doing your midnight hugs, man. That shit's.
I'm pretty sure it's the dog. The dog is the carrier.
Oh, she gets loving from one and brings it to the other.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. She's a plague boat.
Cute little fuzzy plague boat.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, I hope you got something for this week because there has been nothing.
Brother, it is
nothing.
Been a barren wasteland of anything good.
Nothing this week. I can talk about a few things that actually. How was your trip? What'd you do? Do anything fun?
No. Froze my ass off last couple days I was there. That sort of thing. Never really wanted to be that cold in my entire life.
And yet you will probably sometime next year.
Yeah, not that cold though. That shit was ridiculous, dude. There's one day, bro, the high temperature was -8.
Damn.
The sun was out. It was -8. Brother.
Did you know that at -40 degrees Celsius is equal to -40 degrees Fahrenheit? So once it gets down to that, it doesn't matter how cold it is for either thing. They're the same.
That's fucking terrifying.
I'm just giving you a heads up.
Well, hopefully I'll never have to experience -40 anything. Fahrenheit, I guess, and or negative. Fahrenheit or Celsius.
Warming.
Yeah, well, speaking of which, actually, weird thing, right? So I guess there was the first time in like history, some weird weather effect hit every state in the country. And there was snow on Huntington Beach this morning.
Really?
Snow.
Huntington Beach, California.
Yep.
Had snow.
Yep. You can Google it right now.
Live near there in your lifetime. Have you ever seen that?
No. I think the last I read the thing, it said the last time it happened was like 40-something years ago.
Damn. Wonder if we'll get snow here then. I remember one time we got like sleet, like just really awful, gross sleet.
Yeah, I remember that. This was 2 days ago. My bad. I'm sorry. 2 days ago. It's not today, but this is. Yeah, that's Huntington Beach, dude. Like, that's the boardwalk.
Damn.
Yeah, ridiculous, dude. Yeah, there was a news article about it this morning or yesterday. When did I see it? Hold, please.
Holding.
A winter storm blasts U.S. snarling travel and bringing record-breaking cold. A major winter storm blasting much of the central and eastern U.S. is bringing record-breaking temperatures, drops, and harsh snow conditions that have resulted in flight cancellations, highway closures, and several state emergency declarations. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's see. Wyoming saw a 30-degree drop in temperature in only 10 minutes and a record-breaking 43-degree temperature drop in 1 hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a temperature drop. 43 degrees in 1 hour?
30 degrees in 10 minutes.
30 degrees in 10 minutes.
Bro, that's that's cold.
I just call into work and I stay home cold because that's literally, I get into my car and it's like, oh, hey, it's not too bad out. And I get to work and I go, what the fuck happened?
Yep.
10 minutes. Weather shouldn't be able to change that fast.
There's a winter wind chill freeze coastal a coastal and wind alert in 44 of the lower 48 states.
Probably doesn't include us.
I don't know.
Yet. I wonder if any of that's going to hit us because it is coming inland from California. So I wonder how that's going to affect us over the weekend, or the week, I should say, depending on how fast it's moving.
Damn, Chicago, starting at noon today and lasting till Friday morning, is forecast for several inches of snow combined with wind gusts of 50 to 60 miles an hour. The first blizzard warning in Chicago in more than 4 years.
I've never really lived in an area like that. I wonder how, like, Best Buy and places of work operate.
Or don't.
In those kind of conditions. Do they just hey, we're closed today?
Like, hey, sorry guys.
Home, you have a snow day. What was that?
Sorry guys. Like, no, I mean, if it's like certain conditions, you just can't drive. Like, they shut the roads down, so you can't. So, like, if that happens, there's nothing they can't like dock you or anything. You can't go to work. And sometimes they can't even open the building because it gets so cold that like windows break. And the wind's blowing so hard that it can shatter windows inward.
You just have a work snow day. That sounds awesome. Well, it does. You don't get that here. You don't get like, oh, it's 120 degrees outside. Hey, just stay home. We're not opening up the store.
Now they're like, come on in. We have air that sometimes works in parts of the store.
Yeah, as long as you're not in the warehouse.
Yeah, and have to open the door 74 times.
But those aren't real people anyway, so
it's true.
No one cares.
It's true. They are fairly not real people. What? The news app doesn't work?
Yeah, I hit the bottom of mine right now. It's taking its sweet time to load. What were some of the trailers that you sent us over the week? I actually didn't get through watching most of them.
What did I send this week? I sent a bunch of nonsense. What was it?
I don't remember. That's what I'm asking you.
That's a good question. I'll let you know.
Nope, that was Taj. We won't talk about that.
Well, I sent the Oppenheimer trailer that neither of us watched.
Right, because I refused to watch it.
Yep.
Although I do have a question for you. Maybe you read it because I like it. Like you, I've been kind of avoiding spoilers on it, even though it's a historical drama, so there's not a whole lot of spoiling that can be done at this point. But apparently, Christopher Nolan wanted to set off a bunch of explosions enough to simulate a nuclear blast. How the fuck did he do that?
Yeah, I don't know. I read a thing saying he wanted like to blow up a very large area, and I was like, I don't know if you could do that though, right? Like, you can't, like.
I mean, he's Christopher Nolan, so
that's fair.
Maybe he can.
That's fair.
But I was just wondering that because I didn't read anything more about it. If you'd heard if he actually did it or how he did it. Oh,
I don't know. I again, like you, I've been staying away from potential spoilers. Of the stuff I sent, I sent the trailer for 65. Well, I sent the trailer for Scream 6. No one really cares.
No.
I sent the trailer for 65, which is a new sci-fi movie with Adam Driver in it, which sounds interesting, but also just sounds like that movie with Will Smith and his kid in it. What was that one called?
I didn't actually watch the trailer for this, but looking at the thumbnail for it, is he like 65 million years in the past?
That's what it sounds like in the trailer. I just don't know because like I didn't really read into it very much. But in the trailer they do say 65 million years ago or something like that, and I was like, so do we discover time travel and like that's what we're doing? Like what's going on here? So let me pull up see what the synopsis for it says here. If I can.
It's a Sam Raimi movie, so it's gonna be a little weird.
Yeah. But it has dinosaurs in it and stuff like that.
Dino Crisis. This is a low key Dino Crisis movie.
I will be super excited about that. Or Dino Riders prequel.
Dino Riders prequel, yeah.
So it says after a catastrophic crash on an unknown planet, pilot Mills quickly discovers he's stranded on Earth 65 million years ago. Now, with only one chance to rescue Mills and the only other survivor, Koa, I guess it's Koa, Koa, must make their way across an unknown terrain riddled with dinosaurs, are dangerous prehistoric creatures, including dinosaurs, in an epic fight to survive. That's slightly different than the one I read before, so they've updated it quite a bit.
I'm watching the trailer and it looks spot on.
Yeah, that description definitely tells this. Yeah, it looks awesome. Basically, it looks like Jurassic Park, right? But like with like dinosaurs in the wild or whatever, and nobody's trying to calm them with their hand.
Right.
I just read an article this morning that they shift Sony or Columbia Pictures, which is Sony, shifted the release date of this and the George Foreman biopic to avoid Scream because it fell on the same weekend or the weekend right after or something.
So they think Scream is going to do that well that they moved 2 movies?
I mean, that's what they said, but so it's a Sam Raimi produced movie, but it's actually written and directed by the guys who made Quiet Place, or wrote A Quiet Place.
Yeah, I was going to say if directed it would have been.
Yeah.
What's
but yeah,
the balls?
Scott,
the other thing,
the Office. Jim. Yes. So Scott Beck and Brian Woods are the ones that wrote A Quiet Place.
Okay.
But they are they wrote and directed this. And from what it says is it's not based on anything other than a story they wrote. Which is obviously pretty rad.
Yeah, I'm down to see it. It looks really interesting. I like Adam Driver. I like dinosaurs. I like
yeah,
time
you
travel.
do.
So
Music by Danny Elfman.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Yeah. Apparently,
That's weird. I mean, that's awesome. But it just feels weird.
there's a lot of.
He did the music for the show Wednesday.
He did, yeah.
Have you watched any of that?
I have not. It came out in the last few weeks, and I have yet to watch anything really other than reruns of The Office. Speaking of which, and Food Network because I have been traveling. And when I get home,
my brother watched all of it. He says it was really good, and he put it on last week when we were over at our parents' house. And so I didn't watch stay attentive to it, but from what I did see, it did look pretty good, like really good.
yeah, people are really enjoying it. It's extremely popular on the old Netflix.
Yeah.
So
maybe once I finish watching some other stuff, I'll probably circle back and watch that. Did you know that I was gonna say the Golden Compass, His Dark Materials season 3 came out?
Yeah, dude. So I remember I sent the trailer, like, it felt like months ago, but I guess it's only weeks ago. And then I realized just the other day I saw a thing saying, "Hey, I think it was HBO Max email was like, what to watch this weekend, and it said like episode 2 or whatever, and I was like, of what? Why are you saying what season? Wait, hold on, what? It's already out? And I was like, what the shit? Like, I'm so behind on what's out. Black Adam apparently is on HBO Max now.
I didn't even know that either. Yeah, last Saturday I was looking for something to watch, and I haven't pulled up my Apple TV Watch Now in a while, so I pulled that up, and it's like, it's season 3 of episode 1 of His Dark Materials, and I was like, oh shit, did that just come out? Holy fuck! And so I watched the first episode, and it was getting late, but I was like, oh, they probably released like 2 episodes already, for the first week, like sometimes they do. And so I look at the episode listings, and I'm like, no, they're 4 episodes deep, and I'm just like, how come I didn't know this?
Yeah.
Why was I not told about this?
Yeah, it was like, I think it said it was like November 18th or something. It came out or something like that.
Yeah, like the end of November it came out, and it was just like, really, I could have been watching this whole time.
Yep.
I still have only watched the first episode, but I will continue to watch it.
Yeah, because Jack Ryan season 3 came out yesterday as well.
Yeah, that'll be awesome to watch.
Yo.
I still haven't finished Jack Reacher as well.
You haven't finished Jack Reacher?
No, I haven't finished Jack Reacher.
Dang. Super disappoint.
Yeah, so am I.
That was savage.
The
as
Whale.
Fuck. Yeah, did you watch the trailer for The Whale?
I did not watch the trailer for The Whale.
Man,
that just feels like the type of movie that I will probably like. That feels like the type of movie that we'd go see in theaters. I will watch it once. It will be very sad. It'll be very touching and emotional. It'll be a very nice, good movie, and then I will never watch again on TV or anything.
Yep.
So I will say this, like, it is probably some sort of Academy Award winning movie from Brendan Fraser. He probably deserves it. I've seen a little bit of clips of it, not like watching the trailer, but a little bit of clips that have played on YouTube before videos.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like it's that type of movie that I have no interest of watching outside of a movie theater.
Yeah, it's what's crazy. But this is a Darren Aronofsky movie. And if for the folks out there who don't know who Darren Aronofsky is, he's done quite a few movies that are, how do I put this politely, outside the norm. Does that sound right? I don't want to make it sound like he does fucking like bizarro films, but he started his career with a movie called Pi, which is a black and white film. He did Requiem for a Dream. He did The Fountain. The closest thing I could say that he's done that's not a fucking like trip is The Wrestler, and that was like a super drama about broke down, desperate professional wrestler. Then he had Black Swan, which is a fucking mind trip. He did Noah, which is just a bonkers ass movie. Then he did Mother, which is still gives me nightmares to this day. Right. And then now he's did The Whale. The biggest difference in this one versus a lot of the ones he did is this one, Black Swan and The Wrestler, he did not write. The rest of the movies he's made, he's written and directed, obviously. So pretty interesting career this gentleman has had. It's also one of the dudes that like he doesn't really like strive to put a movie out every other year. Like he has a good chunk of time in between when they come out. Like he has let's see, there's a 2-year gap there between Pi and Requiem for a Dream. Then there's a 6-year gap. There's a 2-year gap, but I do know that he was actually filming The Fountain, or he was editing The Fountain when he was filming The Wrestler. I do remember reading about that. Then Black Swan, there was a 4-year gap, a 3-year gap, and then now it's a 5-year gap. So, a lot of things he does, but when he does them, they come out and they're definitely a spectacle to watch for the most part, and has some pretty excellent performances in a lot of his movies, for sure. But yeah, The Whale, that trailer just makes me like already know I'm gonna cry, because it just looks so good. Like and Brendan Fraser in it is just. I'm not gonna say he's unrecognizable, but man, the prosthetics they use on him, they are borderline fantastic. Yeah. Like they're up there with the penguins from the Batman. Like it's kind of ridiculous how good they look. Like you can still tell it's Brendan Fraser, but he doesn't look like Brendan Fraser in a fat suit. He just looks like a fat Brendan Fraser. You know, cool. So it's pretty rad. What other ones did I send? The Barbie teaser trailer.
I don't know what to think about that. I didn't watch it. Let's watch it now. Let's see what I think of it.
Bro, so this movie, I don't know how to put this politely. I don't know what the fuck is happening in this movie.
Okay.
Watch it if you're watching it. So it starts off with this weird, like it looks like this apocalypse movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super fucking strange.
And then a giant Barbie doll.
Yeah, dude.
Appears.
Yeah, bro. I don't know what's happening in this. Yeah, dude. I don't know how to.
It's even more strange without the sound.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like I'm sure whatever there might be like somebody talking over things right now and maybe giving an idea of what's going on. But it is very what's that movie with the?
Yeah, say it. Come on, man. You got it.
Yeah, the apes throwing the breaking bones and throwing him in the air. Anyway, whatever that movie is with the big monolith and whatnot.
2001.
Trailer too. 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking bro. It's I don't know. Do watch it with audio though. I don't want to like. I'm not gonna like tell you not to, but like, it's a trip, dude. Like I don't know if it's like a. I don't know if
it doesn't even show Ryan Gosling in this. It just only shows Margot Robbie.
No, it shows him. He's in the later half. Like they do they do a montage of characters, and you see him as Ken. You see Shang-Chi in there, and you see a couple other people. But it's just, bro, I don't know, and I don't know. I don't know if it's just that trailer or I think there's like musical numbers in it. I'm not too sure, dude. It's fucking weird. That trailer is strange as shit. I was like,
there was like a very quick montage
of other characters.
Okay, that's why I missed it. I blunk and I missed it.
Yeah, bro. Don't blunk when you're watching trailers or teaser trailers, at least.
Apparently, just gonna go full on Clockwork Orange when watching trailers now.
Get your little eye spreader gadget out.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I was like, what is this? Like, I didn't know what they were gonna do with it, anyways. What is this listed as? Comedy film. Okay. Yeah, bro. I don't know, dude. It's weird. And the list of people in this movie is staggering.
Was it?
Yeah. So it's weird because, like, okay. So when I looked at it, it reminds me of the Lego movie. Okay?
Okay.
So if you remember the premise of the Lego movie, is the movie takes place, we watched the whole thing with fucking Lego Owen. Right? And I can't remember his name in the movie. So I said Owen because Chris Pratt plays Owen in Jurassic World. Anyhow. And
I don't know the character's name.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of what it is too.
Anyway,
so he play. You watch the movie as the story plays out, but then you find out that it's actually kids playing with Legos, using their imagination, blah blah blah, and their father comes in, right? I think this is something similar to it because Will Ferrell is the CEO of Mattel, and Mattel, is the creator of not the creator of Barbie, but the company who owns Barbie. And I don't know. It's weird to me because like it's. So I'm just gonna run through real quick who's in this movie, right? Just the main names that you'll know. Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, Will Ferrell, America Ferrera, Kate McKinnon. Let's see, Michael Cera, Rhea Perlman, which blew my mind that she's in this movie, but whatever. Scott Evans, Simu Liu, Shang-Chi is in it. Those are probably the bigger ones that you're gonna know, because you're not great with names. But yeah, dude, it's just, bro, I don't know. It seems weird to me, and I don't know what it's actually about, other than Barbie.
So it makes me wonder then if they're not playing the Lego angle.
I mean, it could be. There's no, well, on Wikipedia, there's no plot summary. But,
right, but you wouldn't want to give that up.
Yeah.
Plot summary. Find out that this is all a dream.
Yeah, so I don't know. But it's weird because, like, in Wikipedia, at the bottom after it gives, like, because the only 3 people who have character names, which only 2 of them have, it's Barbie and Ken, Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling, and then Will Ferrell is as CEO of Mattel. He doesn't even have a name in this. But then at the bottom it says additionally has a bunch of people. It says appear as different variations of Barbie and Ken.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I don't like I said, I don't know. I watched that trailer and I was like, and it might have been like, I thought at first it was because I'm sitting in the freezing cold and like trying not to like freeze to death. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck's happening in this movie. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who any of this, like what this is. I just know like I see Barbie and I'm like, I don't know if this is like Space Odyssey happening in front of me. Like I don't know what's going on here. And then like everything's pink and people are dancing and hair ain't moving. And I was like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. I don't like it. I feel unsafe. And I'd say I need an adult, but everyone in that trailer pretty much is an adult. So I don't know what's happening, but I don't know if I'm okay with it. So anyhow, that's the Barbie trailer. Watch at your own peril, okay. I guess.
Yeah. All right.
Let's see. What else did I send?
A good person.
A good person. A new movie with just a ton of people that I never thought would be in the movie together. But well, actually, no. I mean, you couldn't say. I can't say that because I could see them being in there. I just didn't know like Morgan Freeman was still acting.
Yeah.
Like in movies, not just like weird cameo thingies. But then I saw that Molly Shannon is in it, and I was like, okay. But this is a new film written, directed, and produced by Zach Braff of certain fame that Joe knows about from a show called Scrubs. Florence Poe, Molly Shannon, Celeste O'Connor, Morgan Freeman are in this movie. It's fucking crazy looking. Basically, the premise is pretty easy, but it's weird because it's described as a comedy drama. But when I read you the description, you're like, well, that doesn't seem like you're going to throw comedy in there very well. But Zach Braff does a pretty good job at it. It says, years after being involved in a fatal accident, Allison forms an unlikely friendship with her would-be father-in-law. So, boom, there you go.
Oh, that was it?
That's the description.
Okay.
Yeah, basically the premise, if you haven't watched the trailer.
On the title of this, I thought this would be like an action movie for some reason.
Oh, a good person? Okay.
Yeah.
Florence Poe out here trying to be an actress and shit.
Oh, there's the comedy.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I mean, this looks like a very like a good movie, like it could be a good movie. Like I said with the Whale, I'd probably see it in theaters, especially because it has so many well-known actors in it. But I wouldn't watch it outside that. I have no desire to watch tear jerky, heartfelt movies outside of the theaters.
Tear jerky.
I mean, it looks like it could be.
Oh, it definitely gonna be.
Like
Yeah.
it would be.
It's just the way you said it. Tear jerky is just a weird fucking way.
Yeah, tear jerky.
Have you ever seen? Did you ever see his other movies that he directed or movie?
No, I've seen parts of Garden State.
Okay.
I have not watched uh, any of the movies that he's made.
All right.
But again, they fall within that category of like more realistic drama-y movies. And yeah, there's comedy in them. I think. Obviously, I never watched them, but they just don't. You know, again, unless I go to the theater with somebody that wants to go watch it, I have no desire to sit down and watch it at home.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I'd rather watch something that'd be a lot more fun to watch at home.
Yeah, getting steeped too much
The
in
next one you had on here is Night Court. I don't really know if I'm never going to even watch this show. I used to watch Night Court as a kid, but I have no desire to come back to it.
Yeah, it's I don't know if I want to watch it at all. Because I do have a real fondness for Night Court. Night Court was one of my favorite shows when I was growing up. So much so I even bought them on DVD, which is fucking crazy to think about.
No, I understand that.
And I rewatched a good chunk of them. I don't think I ever finished watching all of them again. But yeah, so it's weird because like it's not a revival. They call it not a renewal. I think they called it.
So it continues.
Yeah. So
the original one, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The girl from Big Bang Theory, who should everyone know her from, is basically plays the daughter of Harry Anderson, of Judge Harry, and she's now not taking over his spot, but she's like basically reliving or following in his footsteps, I should say. But John Larroquette so far is the only returning actor, or John Larroquette's character is the only character coming back from the original show that I saw, and I haven't done all the research on it, but in the trailer or this first look at it, they talk about it, and he's on there, and looks old.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's whatever. It just I wasn't really sure I'd even care to watch it. And it just looks like they're trying too hard to bring something back that probably shouldn't be brought back. But, whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's all I sent last week.
Yeah, Oppenheimer was the next thing. Again, neither of us watched it because we don't want to spoil it for each other. That was pretty much it. Oh, good Lord.
I was gonna say something else. I don't remember what it was now.
Did you see that Henry Cavill appears to be getting just dragged through the mud, pretty much, with all this stuff that's happening with him lately?
Oh, about the DC mix-up stuff.
Well, yeah, that's one of the things.
Oh, and The Witcher, obviously too.
Yeah, The Witcher. He was stepping away from. That's where more of this comes from. Even though I think it's completely fake. But just to talk about it, is that so obviously he announced that he was going to be returning to the role of Superman a month ago, 2 months ago, something like that.
Yeah.
And at the same time that he was stepping away from The Witcher after season 3. And then a couple weeks ago, we found out that James Gunn was like, whoa, we're actually rebooting Superman. Sorry. So he had a meeting with Henry Cavill, and it turns out that he's not coming back to be Superman again. And then I read yesterday, and this is the part where I don't believe it. It sounds like somebody making stuff up, especially because it's all like super anonymous and very non-specific. That apparently this person that worked on the Witcher series says that Henry was very difficult to work with. Let me see if I can find the article real quick.
That's never been a thing anyone's ever said.
Yeah, and a lot of the stuff that was said within it, like, doesn't sound right for Henry at all. Where was it? I thought I read it yesterday. Unless my news app on my computer hasn't caught up with... No, it should have. There's Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman said that in an interview that he will... The way that they're structuring Deadpool 3, because he's going to be in it as Wolverine, is being done in such a way that it won't ruin the legacy of Logan.
Yeah.
Which is good. Where is this? I clicked through a shit ton of articles. Maybe it wasn't through Apple. But anyway, so the article basically like said that he wasn't being respectful of the female actors and director and whatnot. That he was constantly complaining that that script rewrites need to be done, and that he was rewriting the script on the fly himself. That he would show up late, and then he'd be just basically kind of a jerk all around. And it's like, that doesn't sound like him at all.
Yeah. And even, well, the producers, when they came out and gave their release about, their press release about, you know, him like stepping away from the role and them going with baby Thor. I mean, obviously that was, you know, it's press and they don't want to fucking be slandering, but they were like, the thing is, they were like going, obviously they wanted to go a different direction, and Henry felt very tied to the source material, and he wanted to keep it true, and they were going away from that. So creative differences, they decided to step away from it or whatever. That's the harshest thing I've ever heard about that. And a lot of, like, I've never heard he's done so many things, like, you would think that this would be a bigger thing, you know what I mean? Like, that makes no sense. Everyone wants to work with him. And even James Gunn's, like, in his release was talking about, like, it's nothing to do with Henry. It's just they're going a different direction with things, and they're trying to streamline everything. You know, they're trying to make it all precise, and they're probably going to locking people down for quite a long time, like Marvel did, so they can keep continuity going, and you know, and things like that. And Henry is,
yeah, and they've already announced. James Gunn already announced that what they're working on with the Superman is a young Superman.
Yeah.
They haven't cast it as far as I'm aware, but that's what they're working on. Yeah, now I can't find it anywhere. I don't remember where I read it from. But that was the gist of it. And again, it was a lot of, like, non-specific stuff. Like, there was never a specific example of he did this, he said this, or he did that. It was just, like, very generic, very broad, like kind of type thing, and it didn't read like something he. See him being very passionate because, like you said, he's very passionate about these things.
Yeah.
He's played the Witcher game. He's read the Witcher books. He's been described as like a Wikipedia article for The Witcher, and I can see that causing some issues with him probably wanting to stay closer to the source material, whether it be the books or the game. And obviously, the TV series has jumped the shark from those source materials quite a bit. But I could never see him being very difficult to work with because of that.
Yeah.
And like you said, like him stepping away from it is more what I would expect him to do. Like, hey, you guys are taking it down this road. I don't really believe in it. I'm going to step away from it, type of thing. Especially if he believes that he's got Superman going on at the same time, which obviously fell through. But now he's got. Apparently, he wants to make a Warhammer 40K live action for Amazon.
Yep.
Because he's also big into Warhammer.
Massive.
Yeah. So at least out of all of that, maybe we'll get something really good out of that.
Pretty interesting.
Pretty interesting indeed. I thought there was one more thing I was going to mention, and now I don't remember what it was. Don't remember. Anyway, you're a fan of Rick and Morty, right?
Hell yeah.
And you've been gone, obviously, for the past couple weeks, so you really haven't got to play very many games. You see that they released High on Life?
It downloaded on the Xbox, and I looked at it, and I was like, I really want to start this, but I don't have time because I have like an hour of video game time at most in my last few days. So I have not played that.
Yeah, I got it downloaded the last Sunday I think it was, and it is funny, and it is super goddamned weird. It is very much so a Justin Roiland property with the way everything talks, and obviously he does the voice of the gun, the main gun, and I think he does other. He probably does other voices as well in there as well. But dude, it starts off with you load up the game. And I was confused for a second because it loads up a totally different game, like an 8-bit side-scrolling game or an 8-bit game menu at first. And I was like, it says a totally different game, like Xeno something or other, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, okay, this is a joke. Interesting. Hit start. And it's like this classic Doom-style game that you're playing. And it's making fun of... oh god, I can't even remember. It's like making fun of your parents for getting a divorce or something like that, and I'm just like, okay. Then suddenly it scrolls away, and your sister is sitting on your bed. So you were playing a video game within the video game, and she's like, she's talking to you about their parents are going away for the weekend. She was like, so you want some Coke? And it was just like, what? She's just offering you cocaine right there. And you're like, no thanks. She's like, fine, more for me then. And it just goes off the rails after that. There's so many weird things that happen in it, and I like the Tammy and the T-Rex thing. Like those posters are plastered all over like the house walls, your house's walls. And I was just like, that's funny, Tammy and the T-Rex. Like thinking at first that was just a gag movie, because there are some gag posters throughout the house that you live in. And after I do the first mission, because your house gets teleported to another planet, so after I do the first mission and I come back, one of the characters is watching this TV show, and it's like live TV, like actual people and stuff, and I'm sitting there staring at it, and I'm like, it's rolling credits. this looks really weird in live action for a video game. And then it like dawns on me, like, I know that girl. Oh my god, I know that guy. And I literally turn my character around in the game, and I see a poster, Tammy and the T-Rex. And I'm like, that's Denise Richards, and what's his name, Paul Walker. Holy crap! Are they really playing Tammy and the T-Rex on the TV? And I looked it up, and sure enough, you can literally watch. There's a prompt to sit down on the couch and watch Tammy and the T-Rex, the whole movie, in the game. That's like was so fucking random and weird to me.
Yeah, it sounds like something they would do.
And by the way, you don't get an achievement for it, apparently. You can just watch it.
Of course not. Why would they reward you for it, Joe?
Exactly. There was another little thing that got me. I was walking to my next waypoint, and I heard somebody say, "Hey, over here, over here." And I was like, okay, is this like a side mission I can do? And I found it, and it's this TV. And it's the TV for a show called Hey Over Here. That's all the character says is hey over here. I stood there for 5 minutes going, how long is this going to go? And it just goes, hey over here, over here. Next episode, on the next episode of hey over here, hey over here, over here. On the next episode of hey over here, hey over here. And it just kept going for like 5 minutes before it went to another show. And I was like, I really just did that. I really just got played like that.
You got rickrolled, sir.
I seriously just got played like that for a video, like I thought would be a side quest or something. Nope, it wasn't. Anyway, I'm not very much further into it. I beat the first quote-unquote boss. And then I quit after that. But it looks like it's a fun... The combat isn't the best, I would say. Maybe once I figure out the upgrade system, because you can upgrade your guns and you get new guns as well, it'll be a little bit better. But that's so far the weakest point for me right now is the combat. It just feels stale and... Ow, damn it. That hurt. And that's it. Otherwise, it looks... It's fun. It's funny if you like Rick and Morty. It is very much Rick and Morty humor.
It's
not too
Rick and Morty
difficult, at least. Yeah, I haven't gotten like lost in it because each world that you go to apparently is its own like open world that you can explore.
Oh, gotcha.
But it's still like relatively straightforward. Of like, here's a waypoint, go here, do this, do that. You don't get lost. Have it.
Joe, your connection is killing me right now.
But they're all right. Those scenes in that like, I can't believe that they put this in a game. I can't believe that's something that I'm saying now in a game. Like, or just off the wall. Yeah, I highly suggest playing it. Anyway, that's all I have.
All right, cool. Well, I guess that's it for this week's episode of Comes Naturally. We have been
Joe.
I have been Cody. And as usual, you fuckers just came naturally.
Bye.